And good morning. Welcome to the Tom Barfield Show. It's a Monday, y'all. We're back at it for a brand new week. We're glad to have you with us as we kickstart this Monday program. We are presented by our good friends at Toking. Toking, Gary Hoffman and his group. 254-666-5484 is that phone number. And, of course, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance. They got a great group of guys and gals over there, highly qualified folks with just terrific equipment. And you can, look, if you have a scooter or if you got a big 18-wheeler, they can take great care of you at Toking. So check them out today. And again, if you need emergency roadside assistance, Toking can certainly take care of you. And that phone number again, I encourage you to put it in your phone, 254-666-5484. On the program today, we're going to visit with the athletic director at Lorena High School, Kevin Johnson, and then our colleague from Rogue Media and 365 Sports, Matt Mosley. Good morning to Lark Smith. Good morning, Lark. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, Tom. And yourself?
Good. Do you have your handy-dandy sunglasses available?
I'm ready for the Matt Mosley Show.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to greet Matthew correctly. When you watch Matt, about half the time he's got sunglasses on. And I don't know why. That may be the first question.
Yeah.
So Matt does a lot of things. He writes. He does a lot of national radio. I hear him all the time on the Colin Cowherd show. That's on Fox Radio.
That's his good friend Colin Cowherd.
Yep. Yeah. He does an NFL podcast. It's about the Cowboys. I'm just drawing a blank. He and Ed Warder do a podcast on the Cowboys after every NFL Cowboy game. So
he's been around,
Yeah. So and he's been on a lot of radio shows, national radio shows, regional radio shows. He was with Randy Galloway for a while. So there's a lot of things going on with Matt Mosley.
He's got stories.
And he does have some stories, and some he can share with us. So we'll talk to him. Yeah, we'll talk to him today about that. Did you know today is National Cannabis Day?
National what?
Weed Day. National Weed Day.
I've got dandelions in my yard. Does that mean I should go down and kneel and pray to them?
If that's what you so choose. Hang on. I got some stuff for you here. It's National Pineapple Upside Down Cake, and I'm all about that, by the way.
I can see that one.
Yeah. It's National Lima Bean Respect Day. Well, I don't have a whole lot of respect for lima beans.
Either.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And today is also Patriots Day. So are the Red Sox playing a 10 o'clock baseball game this morning?
Should be the Boston Marathon Day, too, if that's Patriots Day.
It's Patriots Day.
Yeah.
Did you know that on this date in 1912, Fenway Park and the old Tiger Stadium opened?
Hey, cool.
April the 20th, 1912.
And the Fenway never made it to the old Tiger Stadium or Comerica or wherever they play now.
No, nor have I. I marked off Wrigley on my bucket list this past summer. Caught a couple of games there. And actually, the second day we were there, Sammy Sosa was there. And it was the first time Sammy had been back in years.
Yeah.
So it was the place was buzzing.
I'm sure
when we were there. It's have you been to
I have been to Fenway. I've been to Comiskey. We made a trip there many years ago when my father-in-law was working at the Chicago Board of Trade. And so.
But no Wrigley?
I went to Wrigley twice.
Oh, okay.
We went, all three of us went to Wrigley for a night game, believe it or not.
Why on earth would you go for a night game?
Because it was there.
Okay.
And then we went, the next day I went back because it was the Astros that were playing that week.
I got you.
I went back and by myself for the afternoon game, and I'm sitting in center field. I got the cheapest ticket, and we're sitting there by fourth inning. Everybody in center field knows, hey, there's some guy from Texas here.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, from the PA system, I hear, "Will Lark Smith please report to guest services?" And I went, "I'm the only Lark Smith that I know of in this world." So I go around to the gate that separates the outfield fence the outfield fans from the infield fans. I say, I'm Lark Smith. They've called me to guest services.
Yeah.
So they said, there's a door right over there. So I'll go over to guest services. And this was back when I was the sports director at Channel 10. And the folks in the newsroom saw that the Astros and the Cubs were playing and knew that I was in Chicago. And they had a bet as to whether or not I was at the game. That's the reason for the phone call, to find out if I was there or not.
Why didn't they just call you on your cell phone?
Didn't have one.
Didn't have one back in those days, did we?
No, we didn't.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. That was one of those stories I got from my trip to Chicago. I got a couple of more, but I don't know if we have time for them.
I'm on the fence on whether or not I should go ahead and buy my playoff tickets or not. The Rangers are in first place, but they are 11-11.
Yeah, and tied with the A's at 11-11.
Now, if you're a Houston Astros fan, forget it.
Yeah.
Are they done?
No, they're not done.
But they're terrible.
Well, I understand that. But
then is there any hope for Bryce Cherry and his Astros?
Well, I'm sure we'll ask him this week.
Yeah,
but
tomorrow
there's
or
plenty
whenever he's on.
Trade deadlines are coming up, things of that nature. There's any number of ways.
When is the miracle deadline? That team's awful. Rough day for the Bears yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Man, that was a gut punch to say the least. They had a 4-0. They whipped TCU on Friday night.
Yes, they did.
And they had a huge crowd, largest crowd since 2009.
Yeah, and they were just this close from having that series won in game 2.
Yeah, and it had it set up exactly. They had a 4-0 lead into the 8th inning.
Yeah.
Great starting pitching yesterday in game 1 of the doubleheader because we couldn't play on Saturday.
Right.
Tried all day. Trust me, all day into the night.
I've been to one of those before.
You just sit there and wait. Hurry up and wait. But anyway, so we played doubleheader yesterday and then got a 4-0 lead into the 8th inning, got it set up perfectly, got the guy on the mound that you want on the mound, and it just didn't happen.
No.
A 3-run homer by TCU in the 8th. They get 2 in the 9th. They win it 5-4.
Ouch.
And that, then now you're playing the second game of that doubleheader. And look, getting off the mat in 45 minutes and recovering, it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
And TCU ran away with the second game. So they're an eyelash away from losing the series, and they end up winning the series because they win the doubleheader. And how hard is it to win a doubleheader, to sweep a doubleheader? It's difficult.
It is.
Difficult. And TCU did it, so you tip your hat. Now, Baylor's 99, got Sam this week on a Tuesday night in Huntsville. And then we're off to Phoenix, Tempe, whatever you want to call it. We're going to Arizona State and got a big series there. And Arizona State's terrific at home, like a lot of teams. They got a great winning percentage at home. So it's going to be a tough task, but the Bears are now 99. They're still in 5th or 6th place, something like that in the conference, and still in the conversation for the NCAA tournament. But you would have loved it. You got to win your home series, Lark. You know that.
Absolutely.
And they didn't. So they got to recover and figure something out. How about McLennan softball? I just wanted to bring up McLennan softball. My goodness, Chris Berry's team is 35-7 and playing terrific softball. They've got 1 loss in conference play. 1. How hard is that? I mean, they're flat out good, aren't they?
They're excellent. They got a very important series this week with Temple.
Mm-hmm.
And Temple also has just 1 loss in conference play.
Wow.
So that's going to be the matchup for the conference championship right there between Temple and McLennan.
Good stuff. Look forward to that. We'll keep an eye on it. High school softball playoffs are beginning this week.
Yes, they are.
They're beginning in earnest. And I
Where's
have
Ernest?
no clue where Ernest is, but they are beginning there.
Ever since Butch Henry brought that up,
Yep.
I've been looking for Ernest on the map, and I still can't find it.
Yep. That's one. Oh, my. One of many from Butchie.
Yeah.
Baylor softball, by the way, did win yesterday. They walked it off. I think 3-2 was the final there. So good stuff. So we'll get into all of that a little later on in the program. I did visit with Doug McNamee.
Yes, sir.
Director of athletics at Baylor University, and he was on on our radio broadcast in game 1 of the doubleheader, and he was just he was just transparent. I love that about Doug. He always has been, and he always will be.
Yep.
And he flat out said it. There's just right now. He basically said if you're going to play and keep score, he wants to win. and he wants to make a commitment to it, and
Sure.
didn't feel like the commitment level was as strong as it needed to be with some of the sports, baseball included.
Mm-hmm.
So he is in the process of trying to fix that and get that corrected, get some more revenue into the NIL program for baseball, and also to work on facilities. Loves the ballpark, loves the bones of the ballpark.
It just needs,
but it needs some. It's old, and it needs some help, and they need an indoor. There's several things that they need, and that's one of many things on his agenda. Yep. And it was nice to hear that, and nice for Doug to, he didn't have to publicly say, hey, here's what we're doing, but he did, and it's good stuff. Appreciate that. All right, we are going to talk some Lorena athletics. We're going to talk to our good friend Kevin Johnson, and we will do that in just a couple of minutes here on the program. We are brought to you in part by Benchmark Construction. David and his team do a tremendous job, whether it's disaster recovery, whether it's environmental remediation, whether it's indoor air quality solutions, or whether it's just a general construction. Maybe you need an add-on to your facility, your building, or your home, or maybe you need a brand new build. They can do it for you at Benchmark Construction. Check them out at benchmarkc3.com. That's benchmarkc3.com. Great company, great people. They always giving back to the community. They partner with the Shriners on several things. They really do a great job helping the group called The Hangar, which is a day shelter for the homeless. That's and look, they're not looking for a pat on the back. That's just, they feel like that's their calling, and that's what they do, and they just go about their business. Great folks, love them. Benchmark Construction. Check them out today at benchmarkc3.com. We'll take the break, and we're right back with more in just a moment.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Is your roof ready for the next Texas storm? Don't wait for a small leak to become a big problem. Call JK Roofing of Waco. Whether you need roof repair, a full replacement, or a professional inspection, JK Roofing has quality workmanship and dependable service you can count on. Locally owned and committed to protecting Central Texas homes and businesses. Call JK Roofing today for your free estimate and get the job done right the first time. Call JK Roofing 254-744-2211. JK Roofing of Waco. Strong roofs, honest work, and peace of mind.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
And we're back here on this Monday morning. Glad to have you with us as we roll along on this Monday. We are joined now by the head football coach and athletic director, Kevin Johnson of the Lorena Leopards. Good morning, Kev. How are you?
Good morning, Tom. How are you? I'm great.
We have an audio issue with Kevin. Let's see if we can't work on that here for just a second. And it's on our end, Coach. So just bear with us here a second. We're working on it as we do a little maintenance work on some of the equipment. Probably should have paid the electric bill, is what I'm guessing. So, yeah, we're experiencing a little technical problem here on the program. We're going to visit with Kevin. We're also going to visit with Matt Mosley on the show this morning, talk a little bit about what's going on. So, Kevin, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, Kevin can hear us, but we have no audio. So some technical problems there, trying to get some audio into our board here. And we apologize. I tell you what, let's do. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get the break, and we'll come right back and see if we can't connect with Coach Kevin Johnson. We'll do that here on the Tom Barfield Show. It's a Monday, y'all. I mean, we're off and running, but it is Monday. Sorry about that. We'll take a break. We'll come right back.
Since 1996, Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers at 18th and Herring has been serving Waco's best burger. There's nothing better than a delicious burger cooked just the way you like it, with garden fresh toppings on a buttered bun. Add tots, fries, curly fries, or onion rings for a perfect meal. So what are you waiting on? How about Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers today? Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers. And don't forget to ask about Double R's catering. Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Shopping for insurance shouldn't feel like a guessing game or a root canal. At Barfield Sowell Insurance Group, we make it easy and maybe even a little fun. Need auto, home, life, or business insurance? We've got you covered. Literally. We work with multiple top-rated companies to find the right fit for you so you get great coverage at a price that won't make you wince. Because our goal is simple. The highest quality insurance at lowest price possible. Call Barfield Sowell Insurance Group today at 469-579-4982 for your free quote. Better coverage, better rates, better call them.
Family owned and operated, Jasper's Barbecue is serving up Texas-style barbecue meats and sandwiches and all the fixins. Enjoy mouth-watering brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and don't forget the potato salad and barbecue beans. Located in Waco on Elm Street, right off of I-35, open Tuesday through Saturday 10 until 2 or until the food runs out. Stop by today and enjoy the best barbecue around. Voted one of the best barbecue joints by Texas Monthly. That's Jasper's Barbecue in Waco. You won't leave hungry.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycats mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
All right, we're back. It is Monday. Sometimes you just have to pay the bills. We are joined by Kevin Johnson. Coach, can you hear us okay?
I've got you. Do you have me?
Oh, bless you. We can hear you. First of all, good morning. We appreciate your time. Thanks for being with us.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Hey, talk a little bit about, you're going to, at the end of the year, you're going to step away and move into an admin position. Talk about the process of making that decision and coming to that conclusion.
Well, Tom, as you know, this has not been it was not an easy decision, but our district, like a lot of districts, is going through some major changes. Both our superintendent and assistant superintendent announced their retirement prior to Christmas. Which left two big openings here to fill. And both of them have done a great job, and they've been with our district for quite some time and understand what Lorena is about. As the spring went through and, the discussions a little bit about the HR position and trying to find somebody that has the Lorena roots and understands the values and has been here a while, because over the past several years, we got a lot that have retired, and you don't have some of those people that have been here 20 plus years, whatever, that understand things that are going on. So it was one of those that I thought long and hard about. It was just a decision. I was like, where can I help impact our district the most? And with all this change going on, where I can create some stability or help. And it took me a while to kind of convince myself, because I love what I'm doing. I love being around the kids, love being around the coaches. Spent the majority of my career at some form or fashion doing some coaching. So it was kind of hard to walk away from that. But then on the flip side of it, being over at Central Admin is a position I've not held formally since, while being in education. So it's a good opportunity. I want to be in Lorena, and I want to be able to continue to make a difference in Lorena. And it was just an opportunity that really I couldn't pass up, to move over there and work at Central Admin and work side by side with the superintendent, a new one coming in.
Hey, you've been on kind of that side before. You were the principal at Lorena High School, but you continued to coach as well. Was that ever a consideration?
Consideration of moving to Central Admin at that time?
And maybe still, moving over there and maybe still being able to maybe be in a, because that's what you did, right? You were the principal and maybe in coach with Coach Biles. Is that right?
I did that for 8 years until COVID hit. And then, as with anything else, when the pandemic hit, everything got kind of crazy. And then I had to kind of back away from that aspect, just because you had to manage everything happening with the campus. And there was, a lot of hurdles and things we were having to go over to take care of all that. But yes, I've always looked at that as far as administration aspect. When you've been a high school principal for as long as I was, and an assistant prior to that, and being an athletic director, definitely had that experience being able to come in. And I've thought at some point later on down the career, when I got ready, getting a little bit closer to retirement, I was like, well, an opportunity were to arise, then it'd be something I would look at. And it just so happens that opportunity was here in Lorena. And so that's kind of hard, being in the place that Lorena is, and such a good place, and loving Lorena is just something I had to really, I really couldn't pass up at the time.
Visiting with Kevin Johnson, the head football coach and athletic director at Lorena High School through the end of the year. Kevin, where's the athletic program right now? Just in totality, you're in a pretty good spot right now as you step aside, aren't you?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. We're the athletic program's in a good spot, and we would not have made some of the transitions and moves had we not been able to keep some continuity, obviously within the program here. And so, with Coach Peavy House, who's been my OC, hired him 3 years ago. He is going to step right in and do a heck of a job. But top to bottom, our program is in really, really good shape. And so it's not going to be a whole lot of change going on for all our existing coaches that are here.
As you transition into 3A, talk a little bit about that. I know you guys love the old 17 3A, but this is absolutely the right move for you guys from a competition level, is to be in the same area with the same numbers with your opponents, and that's the 3A level.
Well, you're right, Tom. Like for years and years and years, until the numbers started fluctuating within all the schools in the old 17 3A, so to speak. When we're doing that, you get to know those people, and we've made some really great friendships and good relationships over the years, and all the programs, all the assistant coaches, and we're all here close. That part is nice. However, the fact of the matter being is that Lorena, as far as our numbers aren't as growing as fast as others are, and the past couple of years, obviously you get into some playing a Lampasas type program that's got 2.5 times the enrollment you have. It hurts us down the road. We've been going toe to toe with people, but then trying to finish games at the end, you just kind of run out of gas. Our kids are gassed, and now moving back down to 3A, it's going to level the playing field a little bit in the standpoint that most of those schools they're very similar in enrollment. We're all going to be, our athletes are going to do multiple things. They're going to go both ways. So all that stuff is going to create a level playing field that is beneficial for us for sure. And I think the 4 years that we were in 3A, when we had dropped down, we'd struggled a little prior to that in 4A, but then when we made that drop down, we were kind of where we needed to be. And then you make a move back up. And again, we competed, but a little tough when you're dealing with the numbers that we're dealing with. So this will be a good move for us for sure.
I always like to ask this question to guys who are veteran coaches. How has high school athletics changed through the course of your career? Is it different than when you started?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm sure you talk to anybody who's been doing this a long time. I think you just see as society in general has changed a lot. It has changed. I don't know that the kids get out and just do things outside and go play pickup games and all those things as much as they used to, or that they're aware. I would tell you that I'm not sure kids just in the big scheme of things, I don't know that kids are quite as tough as they used to be, because again, I mean, when we were growing up and when it was younger, that's all anybody did. They didn't have the PlayStations and the Xboxes and all that, where now they, stay inside probably more and aren't outside actually getting ready for, heat and things like that. And therefore, I would tell you the UIL has changed that too. UIL has recognized that. They put in the heat protocols and things that have happened over the last couple of years, because they've seen that because kids are a little bit more at risk because they don't go do those things. I think the change with this is just a philosophical deal, but I just think the change with the Little League programs, the select, all that, everybody, it's kind of like everybody gets a trophy type deal. Well, that's not the reality, and it's impacted us. I would tell you that the college game, the transfer portal, the NIL, all those things, it changes kids that have the potential to get recruited and what they're looking at. You see kids now that are getting out of school earlier, or they're going to choose to forego and not play a year because they don't want to get hurt if they've already got a scholarship offer. So, yeah, all those things have changed that we didn't have to deal with 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So that's everybody's dealing with that as we go through. But, yeah, those are just a few of those things.
Kevin, do you remember the days where two-a-days meant two-a-days?
Yes, I do remember the days that you did that. You show up bright and early in the morning, practice, come back in the afternoon and practice, get that in. And now it's you bring them up one time and it's just a long, extended practice, making sure you're giving them play breaks in between and keeping them hydrated. But, yeah, that's definitely changed as well, for sure.
Visiting with Kevin Johnson. Kevin, talk a little bit about the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame. I know you're heavily involved. You're right there with Mike Anderson in leading that group. Why is that organization so important to you? And I know it is.
Well, it's something that I was, obviously, I don't know how many people know this, but Mike Anderson was my coach when I was at Conley High School, and I love Mr. Anderson. There's not a finer person in the world. But when I returned to Conley and had the opportunity to start working and coaching there, Mike reached out to me about helping with the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame. And I was like, man, I love high school football. I love sports. And it was a way to get involved and be a part of that. And so I took him up on that. And just over the course of the years, I mean, here we are, 30 years later, I've gotten more and more involved as we go. And, I think everybody knows that. And especially you know that, Tom, like high school football in Texas is huge. It's big. And we're doing all we can every year with our banquet, being able to recognize those individuals that have made such a positive impact with high school football. And it's tough year to year. We get ready to do our induction every year, and you have to go through and look at all those people that have been nominated. And there's a few of those classes. You're like, oh my gosh. I mean, you still got some of those people that are still playing in the NFL. So it's tough to make those choices, but we just want to, keep honoring Texas high school football and honor those and make it special. And so it's fun to be a part of that.
And for those who don't know, the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame is housed inside the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. They're on University Park Drive, and they just held their induction banquet Saturday night, and they had a great group. So good stuff there. And Kevin, we have a class being inducted in next month, right?
Yes, we do. We have a class. It'll be a good class coming in, and for people that aren't aware, we recognize we start from the 1950s and below, and we just induct somebody each decade all the way up to the 2010s. As we go through there, we have special categories for the coaches, and it could be coaches. We also have those that have, could be team physicians or announcers or things like that have impacted a program through Texas high school football. And then we do the Gordon Wood winners and the Tom Landry Awards that the UIL helps us with on that every year. So it's a fun time getting to induct all those. And I think we have ours this year on May 9th. So we're looking forward to that.
Kevin, I appreciate your time. I know you're busy. I just wanted to get you on as you transition from AD over to the admin building there at Lorena. I just want to say thanks. Thanks for touching kids and being a part of kids' lives and shaping and molding kids in your career, both at Conley and Lorena. And I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done for Texas high school football.
Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot. And we wouldn't be in this business. I wouldn't be in this business if I didn't love kids and love those that help have the opportunity of impacting kids. And we're blessed here at Lorena with a good group that does that. And I'll just be in a different role helping support that. And that's one thing that was important to me. So we're going to continue to do that. So I appreciate that, Tom.
You're not going to sit in the stands and say, punt the ball or go for it, now that you're –
Well, no, because first of all, I'm not going to be sitting in the stands. I'll still be down in the sideline, kind of that admin capacity, helping the other things going on. But we're not going to be up there second guessing and doing all that. I've been down there enough with plenty of people behind telling you what kind of plays you need to run or what you need to do and all that. So
throw the ball.
Yes. Yeah, great idea. We thought about that, So sometimes it's crazy. So.
Hey, good stuff, Kev. Thanks, I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you down the road.
All right, thank you, Tom. Y'all have a great one.
That's Kevin Johnson. He's currently the head football coach and athletic director over at Lorena High School. He's making the transition over to the administration side, and wanted to get him on, and also wanted to talk a little bit about the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame. So good stuff there. When we come back, we're going to talk with Matt Mosley from Rogue Media / 365 Sports. We'll do that in just a couple of minutes. And we're brought to you in part by Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers, best burger in Waco, 18th and Herring, open 10 to 4:30 Monday through Friday, Saturdays 10 until 2 o'clock. They do a great job of catering too. If you want a meal catered here with graduation coming up or an anniversary or whatever the case may be. And it's not just burgers. I mean, if you want spaghetti and meatballs catered, you could certainly do that as well. They'll do anything for you as far as catering is concerned. So it's Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers, 18th and Herring, and we're right back with Matt Mosley in just a moment.
When disaster strikes, you need a team you can trust. At Benchmark, we specialize in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. With over 30 years of experience, our experts provide forensic architecture, engineering, and environmental consulting to ensure every project is handled with precision and care. From damage assessment to full reconstruction, Benchmark delivers technical expertise and an unmatched client experience every step of the way. Visit benchmarkc3.com to learn more.
At Waco Bodyman Company, we help you take control of your health with advanced wellness and longevity solutions designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. Experience the power of red light therapy with our full body bed design to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, support skin health, and recharge your body at the cellular level. Step into our hydrotherapy room featuring a dry sauna, polar shower, and hot tub. Book your tour today. Waco Bodyman, open 7 days a week in downtown Waco.
Looking for insurance that truly fits your life? At Barfield Show Insurance Group, we make it simple. Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, we represent a wide range of top-rated companies, so you get the coverage you need at the price you'll love. Our mission? Delivering the highest quality protection at the lowest possible cost without cutting corners. Call Barfield Show Insurance Group today at 469-579-4982 for your free quote. Barfield Show Insurance Group, coverage you can count on at a price you deserve.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is the company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Is your roof ready for the next Texas storm? Don't wait for a small leak to become a big problem. Call JK Roofing of Waco. Whether you need roof repair, a full replacement, or a professional inspection, JK Roofing has quality workmanship and dependable service you can count on. Locally owned and committed to protecting Central Texas homes and businesses. Call JK Roofing today for your free estimate and get the job done right the first time. Call JK Roofing 254-744-2211. JK Roofing of Waco. Strong roofs, honest work, and peace of mind.
And you're back with us on the program as we roll along here on this Monday. Glad to have you with us. And we're going to be joined now by Matt Mosley. You can catch Matt Mosley every weekday, 1 to 3. Good morning, Matthew. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, Tom. It's good to be with you.
Hang on a second, Matt. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. All right, now let's talk.
Oh, good.
I just had to. Look at Lark.
I thought I had done something wrong. Like the minute you said that, I started like looking to see if I didn't connect something correctly, and you guys were just making fun of me.
I didn't know. I can't understand why you do all these live shows and you don't want me to come set up your equipment for you when you do these live shows in town.
Yeah, you and Lark. I know Lark's seen you and I at loggerheads, but we always found a way. And mainly because I would get there so early and just connect all the wiring and everything. Lark looks great. Lark ages like in reverse. It's he's got great hair still, and those Ray-Bans really are actually a pretty good look for him.
I finally got my cataracts taken care of. So now I have to have these reading glasses to read things, but I finally be able to actually buy some real sunglasses as opposed to sunglasses that are prescription. Ooh. And so the first thing I did was went out and bought me some of these aviators. I love these things.
I want the sunglasses. I want the glasses that, turn into sunglasses when you're outside. I'm tired of changing. Anyway, we can talk about that all day long. Matt, for those who don't know, talk a little bit about your show. You're all over the place, from the Big 12 to the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, you touch base on a lot of different subjects.
I mean, a different way to say that is I really have no direction with my show.
I didn't say that.
Let's see what the graphic. Ooh, I like that. Just kind of just as many times as you can get my name on that screen.
Hey, man, we spared no expense around here.
Just right across my face. That's fine. Just do it anyway. No, y'all do a great job, and I was excited to see you come over, and I really knew some of your colleagues at your last place. They were great people. But I know you missed that day-to-day sports. I mean, it's in y'all's blood, you and Lark. And, we just all have defected over here now. And at some point,
is there anybody left?
Over at our old place.
Yeah, at our old place.
I don't know, man. The thing is, if enough of people leave, then they finally start calling you again. they want to know how things are going. But wow, it was a mass exodus, and I love being wherever you guys are. Is kind of where I want to be, and so I always love because we have shared history and through the ups and downs of the whole radio world. And who knows what this is? I mean, I'm sure there'll be ups and downs with the YouTube world or whatever this is we're doing. But I really do like you and Lark, and like even y'all were just talking to Kevin, and it was just like all that y'all's institution. It's just to y'all, it's just sort of natural, and you don't really think about it that much. But your institutional knowledge of 40, 50 years, I don't want to get too high for Lark. I could probably go a little more, but just all that like the high school. It's just I didn't totally because I used to cover high school, so I used to have a better appreciation for it. But I just think people love it, and so I think y'all having an outlet where you just constantly reinforce and talk about like the local high schools, and then you and Lark are also able to go wider than that and sort of talk about some of these big state ranging stories. And, Dave Campbell's and others have tried to figure that out. Okay, how do we talk about high schools? And because when you start talking about Conley or Mart or Marlin or whatever, I think in your head, you're like, well, wait, what about all the other people? The truth is, and it took me a long time to realize this, is that like all of Central Texas cares about these different places and likes kind of hearing about it. And then on the day y'all do their stuff, then it's even more exciting. So anyway, I really like what you guys are doing and am a fan of both of y'all. I will say on my show, I've already, how I go through producers. It's shocking that I would think they would want to stay with me forever.
I can't imagine why they wouldn't.
They tend to jump ship at some point, but I do have good relationships with them. And I don't know. It's like I have a love-hate relationship with not producers. I really like a lot of them, but it's more like what I really do would love to have somebody like booking guests for me and doing all that. Yet I'm also kind of a control freak, and I want to be the one doing all that. So I find a balance. You guys have seen this. There are people that get off on having like 5 guests a day, and like that for some reason that's a big deal. Well, that's not me. I just kind of like to sit there and hopefully entertain and inform people. But I do I like the challenge of getting that 2 or 3 like really great guests a week. And it's like, what you guys were able to do today, right? With bringing in an enormous name like myself. No, but the direction of my show, Lark and Tom, is that I do think there's just a constant passion for college athletics, even though it's all gone wild, even though we could talk about all the things that are wrong with it. I guess you could say what's right about it is, again, this is not what's wrong about it is also what's kind of fun about it, right? The fact that we used to, after the Final Four would be played, and we'd heard the late, great Frank Fallon do the Final Four, the longtime voice of the Final Four, we sort of had to say goodbye to college basketball for a while. There might be some random recruiting news or something, but for the most part, we just said goodbye to it. And now, the minute one shining moment's over, this portal comes open, and it literally is kind of like NFL or NBA free agency. And so again, Tom, I know there are things about that you and Lark absolutely hate about that, and I understand that. But from a talk show, when you're needing content and that kind of thing, it's just God's gift to all of us, because it's fascinating. And my ties. So here's what I'm trying to balance every day, knowing I have a kind of a built-in dedicated Baylor audience that I want to take care of them, but also knowing that if I just find a Cowboys angle every day, that's where I'll grab the most people. And part of this is, we're trying to get the most people we can, but hopefully what I find is that whatever I'm kind of passionate about that day, like whatever I'm excited about, even if it's something you and Lark might not like NBA or something. I know, Tom, that's not maybe your favorite thing in the world, but if I find myself having a unique or passionate, interesting thought on Luka Doncic or whatever, then I think that plays. So I don't know. I guess what I try to do is try to surprise the audience, like at least once or twice a week, hit them with a guest that kind of like, oh man, I didn't know this. Oh, wow. All right. And so like last week, getting Gary Patterson on finally. I mean, Gary's a friend of mine. And when he was out of coaching, I mean, I had to basically, tell him we didn't have time for him. And then he becomes the defensive coordinator. I didn't really ever tell him that, but he becomes the defensive coordinator at USC, and it became impossible to get him on again. Well, I'm just like you guys. Then it becomes more of a challenge, like, oh my gosh, I can't, Gary's not able to do this. So I'm going to literally text him 3 times a day. Now, I'm sure people find that annoying, but that's the old reporter in me. So anyway, some of the things that drive me nuts about this job or why I do the job. It's like the challenge each day of who you're going to have, what's it going to be, what are you going to talk about, and do you have 2 hours of material? The answer to that is always yes, because Tom, when you came back to radio in 2020, late in that year, then heading into 2021, after, then I had that horrible wreck in 2020. I've always thought if I could do 3 hours with no sports going on, no games, and I was doing 3 to 6 live radio, limited commercials, because Lord knows we weren't selling much, 3 to 6 every day with no sports. I feel like I can do anything in life. So I don't know. Every time I think about, like, you and Lark are wired differently. Like, if somebody asks you, Tom, to get up and we want you to be the MC at the baseball luncheon. We want you to be the MC at this country music thing we're having. Somebody's in town, big act at the Hippodrome. Tom, would you introduce? Tom, your initial answer, you don't even think. You're like, yes. Like, I'm different. Like, people would think I talk constantly. I am trying to say no to every opportunity that comes along. So anyway, I in some ways I want to be more like you and Lark and be more willing. And like, I had the opportunity to speak at my grandmother's funeral about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. And that was not easy, but you're always like, you're glad that you get up there, even in those difficult moments, and do it. So anyway, that's what I've sort of been, that's like laid upon my heart. You guys didn't think I was going to get spiritual on you, but like saying yes and doing more of that kind of stuff, I'm sort of open to that. So if you and Lark need me for like an event or something, just holler at me.
We will. Are you going to be down Saturday for the spring football extravaganza or whatever we're doing at McLean, since I'll be in Arizona?
Did I just take up like the entire? I just looked and there's only like 10 minutes left in the show.
We got other things to do, so yeah.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
What do you think about spring football?
I'm fascinated by it. I mean, I'll try to. I was just down there for my fraternity alumni event. I'm sure you and Lark would like to hear about that. And the old Fijis everybody looked pretty good though. I was happy for everybody. It's always sickening when you have those buddies who literally have not put a pound on since college. Just look exactly the same. It's like, how in the world have you guys pulled this off? But I was in town.
If they've been sick.
That's right.
How did you lose all that weight?
You get to a certain age and you're like, are you having health issues? Yeah. No, I just lost some weight. I will tell you about spring football. I think I'll probably try to go to that. I don't exactly know if like we're going to be a carnival going on. The old days of the spring game have gone away, not just at Baylor,
everywhere,
at a lot of places.
Yeah.
And honestly, so it's basically a dedicated open practice. And I think after what happened to A&M the other day, they'll have to think about that. They had a nice, I saw somebody else had a great crowd at their spring game or spring practice, whatever you want to call it. And A&M lost one of their top linebackers. I think his name's Damian Sanford in a really rough looking injury where he got carted off. And I just think people don't want to risk it. And here's the other thing. People do not want to display all their talent and just and basically help teams get a jump start on getting people in the portal. This is another one of the many downsides to the portal. Now, the upside is this. You can have a year like Aranda just had, and you have a chance to somehow bail out your career. Now, Aranda was bailed out by some off the field activities of one Mack Rhodes. The Mack Rhodes scandal and subsequent, his resignation opened the door for Dave Aranda. It took a perfect storm to get one more year. But I do find it kind of fun and interesting because this is a 1 year, well, I'm calling it a haymaker year. This is throw the haymaker, new defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator who has done a really nice job, SEC quarterback. He's had about 20 starts in the SEC, formerly the number one high school recruit in the country. By some, we're talking about 3 years removed from that. This is a team that you're going to throw out there and you're going to go, hey, sink or swim. All the coaches' futures, everything's tied to this. And then we'll see. We'll see, because either it'll be a fun year where they win about 8 games, or McNamee, the new AD, will be making the first enormous hire of his career as Baylor athletic director. So I find some things I'm really fascinated with some of the things that have to do with this team. And again, brand new receiving core, sort of a young but talented running back core, what the makings of good offensive and defensive lines. Like, there's just, guys, I don't think I'll get anything out of whatever happened Saturday, other than I will tell you all this. Let me give you an inside nugget real quick. I'm sorry, guys. I love getting to come on and then I just kind of start talking, which is what happens on my show. But Aranda's acting a lot different. They asked him, can you change? And he said, yes. And I thought, coaches don't change. Personalities don't change. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. And Lark and Tom, both of you, after all your years in the media, this is interesting when this happens. He, after, his 7th year, he is trying to change his total approach with the media. And I find it fascinating. And I've just seen it firsthand. He, for whatever reason, kept the media at arm's length, even though he's pretty good with the media. He's actually pretty candid. I know he doesn't come across as like an energetic, entertaining speaker, but by the way, guys. Okay. But anyway, he has changed his whole overall demeanor. I got one last little thing for you that just happened at my alumni dinner the other night. The speaker was the son of the legendary late great Eddie Peach, the longtime head football coach at Arlington Lamar, and also the guy who coached the late great J.J. Joe. Scott Peach, since he was age 27, he became a head coach. He's been the coach at Arlington High School now. He's 50, so that's like 23 seasons. I mean, and that doesn't happen that often. You do see it in Central Texas occasionally. This might be one of the best public speakers I've ever come across. He was unreal the other night, talking about some of the things that his family has gone through, talking about his dad. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. Let me just give you one.
Sean Peach, the other son, was the head coach at Moody, and now I believe is on the staff at Midway, or was. So it's the bloodline.
Yeah,
that's you could probably use on your show today, the Sean Peach story.
Both of them, former fraternity brothers of one Matt Mosley, both Fijis at Baylor that used to dominate the campus. I don't know if that's the case anymore. I don't believe it is, but I'm telling you guys, this was one of the. I've had Matt Rule speak. We've had Mac Rhodes. We've had the former Jeff Grimes, the offensive coordinator. We've had the quarterback Florence. We've had some humdingers. This guy, Scott Peach, sort of blew everybody away. Yeah. I mean, the best coaching Matt Rule ever does is out of season. He is one of the best out of season football coaches I've ever come across.
All right. I'm going to ask, but please, for the love of money, be short.
That's not, I can't promise that.
I know, but here's the question. I really want to know this from you, and I want to know what you and Ed have discussed on your podcast and all that good stuff. Cowboys draft, trade up, trade down, or draft at 12 and 20?
I think they'll probably try to move up. I mean, there's no guarantee that it's not like the Giants want to help them. I mean, are we certain the Browns do? I mean, I don't. This thought of everybody has them moving up to 6 or as high as 3 and all that kind of stuff. Okay. This is the one that I think you and Lark will like. The only name that'll come sending them racing up that board with their hair on fire is if the kid Arvell Reese, if he slips to. If he's okay, so the Giants pick now at like 5 and 10. If Arvell Reese gets out of that 4 or 5, I do think he's a guy that they in the back of their minds they think he could be the next Micah Parsons, and I do think that'll. I think if I were betting though, I think they just stay right there and make those picks. They just, I mean, there's an 85% chance that they pick right there, and there is a chance right there on that 12th pick that old Reuben Bain. I mean, now you don't want to go to dinner with him because he's got the shortest arms in the draft, but he can get to the quarterback. And so there's your answer. There's your answer. I thought I was very succinct there.
You were succinct. Thank you. So today, 1 to 3, what do you got on today's program? Just preview it for us.
Have not really. The whole time we've been talking, I've been thinking, what am I supposed to be doing right now? I thought and then I was like, well, I'm supposed to be doing the show I'm doing. I just spend my day like freaking out because I don't write things down. But I do have today from 1 to 3. Yeah, I know what I got to do. At noon, I'm going to pre-record this. This for me, by my standards, this is unbelievable, like prep work on my part. And I am going, John Machota, Dallas, from the Athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's put his new 7-round board together. Now it's looking like I'm going to get Ian Rappaport this week at some point from the NFL Network. I think they now work for ESPN. For all we know, we may all work for, I mean, you just never know.
They may all work for Corey Dickman. They may. I mean, everybody may before it's all said and done.
Yeah, man. I'd like to meet this guy.
We're done. 1 to 3, Matt Mosley. Matt, thank you. It's fun. Good catching up with you, buddy. All right. We're brought to you in part by JK Roofing, jkroofs.com, 254-744-2411. That's 254-744-2211. We'll take the break. We're right back with more in just a moment.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
At Waco Bodyman Company, we help you take control of your health with advanced wellness and longevity solutions designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. Experience the power of red light therapy with our full body bed design to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, support skin health, and recharge your body at the cellular level. Step into our hydrotherapy room featuring a dry sauna, polar shower, and hot tub. Book your tour today. Waco Bodyman, open 7 days a week in downtown Waco.
When disaster strikes, you need a team you can trust. At Benchmark, we specialize in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. With over 30 years of experience, our experts provide forensic architecture, engineering, and environmental consulting to ensure every project is handled with precision and care. From damage assessment to full reconstruction, Benchmark delivers technical expertise and an unmatched client experience every step of the way. Visit benchmarkc3.com to learn more.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
Back on the program, brought to you in part by Morrison's Gifts. They're located at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Shopping Center. Sally and Mark and the entire team at Morrison's Gifts do a great job. Family owned and not, well, Sally does a great job. Mark, not so much. I mean, yeah, look, if you're looking for a gift, maybe a graduation gift, a birthday gift, an anniversary gift, whatever, and you have no clue, Sally does. Just go in there and talk to her for 2 or 3 minutes, and she's going to get you fixed up and get you lined up, and she's going to find you something in your budget, and your that significant other or the daughter or whatever the case may be, she's going to love the gift. She will, I promise. That's what Sally does, and that's why they've been doing it for 47 years. Morrison's Gifts, 4312 West Waco Drive. All right. Thanks to Kevin Johnson. Thanks to Matt Mosley for, thanks to Kevin Johnson for being on the program. Thanks to Matt Mosley for taking over the program. Coming up tomorrow, Tommy Brashear, the director of athletics and head football coach at Troy. He is retiring at the end of May. My goodness. So that's Kevin Johnson, Tommy Brashear, Lonnie Judd at Robbins. There's a lot of them that are moving away from. Yeah. It's just, I guess it's that season, if you will.
It is. We've got coaching schools coming up in a couple of months, and that's where people find new jobs.
Yep, July. So. Well, they're finding them now, too, I can assure you.
Yeah.
Also, Bryce Cherry for the Waco Trill will be on the program tomorrow. That is going to do it for us. He's Lark. I'm Tom. Thanks for watching. We're presented by our friends at Toe King, and we'll see you tomorrow.